All right, guys. It is Sunday morning, August 17th. I believe that's correct. Yep, August 17th. So today, yesterday, got the sand down. So let me apologize to you guys again yesterday about the video. I know it kind of sucks. It's just this ended up with the sand being kind of wet. It's a little bit more of a job than what was anticipated. So I apologize again. Video wasn't great, but hopefully today we'll do a little bit better on videoing. But so today we're gonna seed this Kentucky bluegrass. First thing I gotta do is I gotta verticut it. I'm gonna put some. Why am I verticutting? So a lot of people takes that as dethatching, which it does, but there's not much grass here, so there ain't a whole lot of thatch left after I raked it and got it down to the dirt. But the reason why I'm verticutting is because I want them grooves in this so that seed will drop into them. I'm not going to verticut the seed into the dirt. KBG is so small, I just feel like it's better off if it's left on top. But if I can get it in the grooves, then that's great. And that's the plan. My plan actually is to do it 2 directions. And then we'll take the drop seeder and seed it. So stick around here and we'll get to verticutting this thing. I guess I better add this in. That might be helpful to you guys. So what I'm using is my Alette. My good buddy Mike sent me a verticutter cartridge for it. I don't have one. I have the rake, but that is the verticut cartridge. So you can see it's just stars, and that's going to cut the grooves in to it so the seed can fall in. So just wanted to show that. So good machine. Obviously there's more commercial grade verticutters, slit seeders, whatever. This is what I got access to, so this will do the job just fine. So be right back at you. Alright, so you can get the idea. Being it is sandy, it is actually erasing some of the lines of the roller, but you can see the lines, what it's doing. It's a handful. It is a handful, so there's no straight lines doing this. It's all over the place. So we'll set you up here and we'll give you a shot here. Alright, so we just got that done verticutting that. Went 2 directions, so pretty aggressive. Next step is just go ahead and drop the seed. And we'll be using a Gandy drop spreader. Probably going to do 2.5, 3 pounds per 1,000. I wouldn't typically do that, but there ain't a lot left. I'll just be honest with you. After doing all this, it's as I mentioned yesterday, it's basically a complete renovation. So if it gets too thick, we'll get her thinned out in the spring or late fall, whatever. Just, you know, a lot of you guys are gonna be like, why are you seeding this so early? Well, you know, I mean, I've seeded my yard and everything typically towards the end of August, 1st of September. When I done this last year, the brand new Reno, same time last year, middle of August. You just got to understand this area washes out really, really bad. I've said it 100 times. When I got this hose laying there, water runs off the driveway. It just washes terribly bad. So don't be surprised if I don't have to end up redoing some of this. I had to do it about 4 times last year to get it looking like it did. And if I got to do it 4 times this year, I guess I'll do it 4 times this year. Because I typically don't quit. I'm too dumb enough, too hard-headed enough to call it quits. So we'll get her back right here, and we'll get to seeding this. So this is my drop spreader. It is a Gandy 36-inch drop spreader. It is expensive, so you can achieve all this, you know, even with an old cheap Scott's. But obviously, you know, normally you get what you pay for. So I have, you know, I did calibrate this. I have a pan that goes under here that catches seed, and calibrated the spreader. But so here we go. Let's see here. Apex Twilight, blue tag certified, 0 crop, 0 weeds, acoustic, after midnight, Bombay, cloud, and star. As I mentioned, I just don't personally think you could get a better blend of Kentucky bluegrass than this right here. I mean, all of these are excellent. Obviously, they've all got their traits of being a little bit better at something versus the other, and that's why you don't typically want to do a mono stand. You know, just for instance, one might be better at summer patch versus another, or one might be better at dollar spot versus another, or one might be more drought tolerant than another. So, you know, if you could find a perfect grass seed that's good at everything, yeah, you could do a mono stand, but there's no perfect grass seed at everything that you do. So there is a trick to opening these bags of grass seed. You got to find the end and pull it through, and then that's it. Apex Twilight is open. So we'll get to dropping this seed. Hang tight. All right, so that's seeded. Weaseled in the edges a little bit. It probably ain't gonna do no good, but I've done it anyway. The next step, and I'm not gonna film this, is it's getting hot and I got other stuff I got to do today. I got to spray my main yard today, but the next step is I'm spraying tenacity, azoxystrobin, and mefenoxam straight over the top of this. And I got some cover I'm going to put over it. Never used this cover before. I'm not going to do Curlex blankets or seed blankets, erosion blankets, whatever you want to call it. It just makes too big of a mess. So when I get to the point of getting ready to cover this, I'll show you what this cover looks like. And more than likely, I'm probably not going to film that because normally this stuff will make a preacher cuss. So we don't want to get banned off of YouTube. But tenacity, I'm doing a 7-ounce acre rate. Mefenoxam 1 ounce per 1,000, and azoxystrobin 0.77 per 1,000, and I will water those in. So that's the next step. There's no starter fertilizer on this, nothing. I'm not putting anything on it, simply because I want the new seed to get up and get going without the grass that's left getting really tall. So, you know, we'll tackle that once it gets up and established, probably after 4 washouts, but we'll get her going, and I'll show you those covers I'm gonna put over this here shortly. All right, I lied to you. I am gonna show you spraying this. So again, tenacity, mefenoxam, azoxystrobin, no fertilizer. I'm gonna hand the camera here to Mrs. Primetime. She's gonna film me and try to hold the hose off of this drag and everything. Alright, so this is the cover. This is actually a frost cover. Just a heavy dutyest one that's 2 ounces thick, or 2 ounces. Yeah, whatever, 2 ounces per yard, 2 milliliters thick. I don't know how you would say that, but it's the thickest one. They got different thicknesses. Bought this off of Amazon. Again, I have never used this. I have absolutely no experience. Just trying something a little bit different versus the erosion blankets, because they just make such a dang mess with the stuff on them. So you can see this. This has holes in it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got holes in it, so water can get through it a little bit. So we're just gonna have to see what happens here. Again, I have absolutely never used this and don't know how it's gonna work. Might be a complete failure, but I have got to cover that up some way. You know, this is the reason why I also do this so early. I'm anticipating more than likely I'll probably have to redo quite a bit of it, several times, more than likely, knowing my luck. But you know, everybody thinks that, oh, it's too hot to seed, it's too hot to seed. No, guys, I'm telling you, I've done this every year here since I've had this yard. You know, sometime in August, 1st of September, and today it's 91 degrees. Tomorrow is going to be 90 degrees. Then it's going to cool down some, you know, 80s, high 70s. What you want to do is get this seed down when it's warm and hot. It's going to make it germinate faster. But, you know, you're going to have to look at the weather. Obviously, the weather forecast changes for everybody every 30 minutes, just about. But if you can get your seed planted when it's hot, you're going to get faster germination and more germination. The key is you want it to actually be germinating when the temps drop. That way it's optimal growing conditions for a cool season grass, which, you know, 80s and 70s, that's pretty optimal. Obviously you can get back super hot in September, so we'll just do the best we can do with it and see what happens. But, you know, Kentucky bluegrass is slower to get established than fescue, so, you know, that's one reason why I'm doing this mid-August, because I anticipate it being slower. I also anticipate some problems with that area and having to redo it, some of it. So I'll get this put down. Again, I'm not going to film it. I don't want to get banned off of YouTube for cussing, but I'll show you the end result. And I'm just using stakes to stake this down. I'm not staking, you know, every square inch of it, but I'll show it to you when we get it done.
Look at there. Round 2. Lord have mercy.
All right, guys. I tell you, just got done pouring the rain. So I got a feeling this is probably going to be a failure. I'll just be completely honest with you. This is just really hard to do. This is like every time I do it, it rains. I mean, you can see it's a slope. I know I've said it 100 times, but I just want you folks to understand what I put into this to try to make this work, and it just still don't work. Let's just see. Yep. A lot of seed has moved away. Right there's a washout spot right there. Oh boy, I tell you. Oh man, this is aggravating right here. I mean, I literally just got this done like an hour ago, and then it pours the rain for about 15 minutes. And now this is what you get. I really thought this stuff right here would help, but they just don't nothing help when it's not too bad right there. Let's see here. Alright, so I better put this back right here. I mean, you can see all of it's moved, basically. Oh gosh. Let's look at this one. See what this one looks like. I run out of this stuff, so I had to put a seed blanket down. That one don't look too bad from what I can see right there. It's just mainly where it runs off the driveway right there. Same thing every single time. You guys get live look here. You can see it washed right there. Lord have mercy, I'm tired of messing with this thing. But again, I am too dumb to give up. So that don't look too bad right there. Right there looks like something might have washed away. So, well, all we can do is just fix it again after it comes up. See what it looks like. I'm sure there's going to be several bad spots. Let's see what it looks like right here. I'll turn you sideways here. There's plenty right there. So it looks like it's probably from the middle on down. So anyway, we'll just have to see what it looks like, guys. That's all I can do is look at it and I don't know why it looks all right there. It don't look good down there unless it got in those seams. Because there's still plenty of grass seed right there. You would think it would be washed away, but we'll just have to look at it when I get this stuff took off here in several days. So anyway, so as I mentioned, this is a 3-part video. So you'll get the first video Sunday, and then maybe one Tuesday, and then one maybe next Sunday. And that'll be caught up, hopefully, until I get ready to overseed the fescue. I'm shooting for this coming weekend. If not, it'll be the next weekend, hopefully. But again, I'll just have to look at the weather, see what happens. But hopefully this will I'm sure again I'll have to fix a lot of it like I did last year. I had to fix it 4 times. So it's just the life of living on a hill, and it's discouraging, guys. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty aggravated about this, but what can I do? I can't do nothing about the rain. I obviously, you can tell I've done everything humanly possible to avoid this. It just, and I'm telling you, North Carolina, the pop-up thunderstorms here, and it's just even worse here. I don't want you to feel pity for me, or I'm not trying to make you feel pity for me. I live right below the mountains, so I live in a bowl. The humidity here is about 3 to 4% higher than 30 minutes away. It just seems like the weather just hovers right over in this bowl. So, but we'll see what we got. We'll keep you updated, and we'll just try it again, try to fix it again if we can. So I appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate you guys showing support. You guys are buying a crap load of grass seed, and I try my best to thank you guys as much as possible, and I also try my best to give you guys the best products money can buy. That's no BS. I don't think you can get any better cultivars in a blend than any of my seed. I spent a year going over that stuff, looking at the best. Obviously, just like I told you earlier, you know, not one cultivar is the best of everything. So that's why you put multiple cultivars in a blend. But I don't think you can get any better blend than the Apex Blue, or the Apex Twilight. I put my heart and soul into making the best thing possible for you guys and myself. And the plant food company, I mean, you know, I've used it since 2019. I can use whatever I want to. Why do I keep using that? I mean, is it the cheapest? Absolutely not. It's not the cheapest, but I feel like it's the best. So I'll quit rambling. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one.